Watch live ESPN anytime, anywhere. Download the app or visit watchespn.com.
So clutch.
Welcome back. Now, the E60 finale.
Christopher. Cheerleading. A big part of high school sports, let's face it. If you get to be a cheerleader, it's like being an elite athlete. And this is a story of someone who dreamed for a good part of her life of being a cheerleader, but who many people would assume would never have the opportunity to do so. And it's told by the perfect person to tell any cheerleading story. From Glee, Jane Lynch.
It's Friday night in Wilson, Tennessee. High school football. On the sidelines, the cheerleaders sparkle and shine, doing what they wait all week to do. This is their time in the spotlight. Like thousands of other girls, Gabby Conklin wanted to be just like them. January 1993. In a small suburb of Nashville, Regina Conklin had suffered 6 heartbreaking years trying to start a family when she had some news for her husband.
I'd gone shopping and I pulled out 3 sets of booties and I said, oh, and by the way, we're probably going to need these.
My mouth, I think, kind of fell open and I was just like, are you serious, you know? And she said, yeah, I'm serious.
We just sat there and cried and hugged. And it was really exciting.
The Conklin triplets were born on May 20th, 1993. 15 weeks premature, each weighing just over a pound.
It was pretty dire. I think it was like maybe a 30% chance that one of them would survive, and so it'd be touch and go. Every day, every hour they made it through that night was, was good.
After 4 months of intensive care, Delaney, Shelby, and Gabrielle were cleared to go home.
They played with each other, started rolling around, and just the little improvements we would start seeing in one, and we wouldn't see it in the other. I just kept saying, just something doesn't seem right with Gabrielle.
Sometimes when you touched her, she'd cry. She wouldn't make eye contact. There was no personality whatsoever.
At 9 months, our pediatrician finally referred us to a neurologist, and she just knew by looking at her in my arms that she had cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy is prevalent in babies born as premature as Gabby. She suffered a complete loss of motor skills. Uncontrollable and rigid limbs would confine her to a wheelchair for the rest of her life.
We just lost her right there in our office and cried and didn't know what the future brought for us.
No one knew what her mental capacity would be until one day, just before her first birthday.
She was 11 months old, and I was just making faces with her, making sounds one day, and she just all of a sudden started laughing. That was the first day, and that gave me some hope that, hey, she's going to have some normalcy.
Just the 2 little words that she said more than any 2 words ever was, one walk. So we all walked her, and we did that for years, until she literally got too big and her hips started hurting too much to do that. But we walked her a million miles.
As the only triplet with a disability, Gabby spent much of her childhood just trying to fit in.
I always saw my sisters doing this stuff that I can't do. I was kind of like, oh, I can't do that.
From the minute she opens her eyes,
Rise and shine, girlfriend.
Gabby needs full-time help.
All right. I guess I need to get you something to drink.
We feed her, we bathe her, we dress her, we fix her hair, everything.
Whoa.
But in other ways, Gabby is an all-too-typical teenager.
So, how was your day? Good. Excuse us, partners. Thank you. Come on, Delaney. Don't do it. she asks us to do something, we're like working on a homework, she'll tell us over and over and over, hurry up, get this, I need it, get that. We fight and argue. She likes to run over my foot with her power wheelchair. It really hurts.
And like all teenagers, she wanted to be accepted, which for Gabby, who needs full-time assistance, seemed out of reach.
It's just sometimes really, really hard in everyday activities because I'm seeing all these people like going to sleepovers and going to dance practice or going to softball practice that I can't participate in because of the way it affects me.
In 2009, when she was about to enter 9th grade, Gabby had an idea.
I was like, Mom, I want to be a cheerleader. Mom, I want to be a cheerleader. I'm sure she was like, quit annoying me.
I think what drew Gabrielle to the whole cheerleader thing was just the aspect of the girls being so vocal, so popular, getting the cute boyfriends. I said, to be a cheerleader, you got to try out, you got to be able to do stunts and do all this stuff.
Just after Gabby started her freshman year, she went to see the cheerleading coach.
It was really scary for me. You don't know what they're gonna say. You don't know what they're gonna think about a disabled child joining the squad.
The only reservation I had about allowing me to put her on the squad like that was of the other girls that were at tryouts that didn't make my squad. So what I did was I made Gabby my honorary cheerleader.
It's a little bit of an ordeal just to get her into her cheerleading outfit.
Okay, you can let her go.
That was probably the hardest thing I had.
This is the hard part.
And then once we get her back into her wheelchair, then we have to go to hair and makeup.
I'm gonna hold your eye open, but you hold it closed.
What?
Just knowing how happy it's going to make her, it makes that, out 45 minutes to an hour we've just gone through worth it.
On September 4th, 2009, Gabby made her debut as an honorary Wilson Wildcat cheerleader.
That very first game, I thought I was gonna cry because, I never went through anything like this.
I watched her the entire time, and she just, I don't know, she was glowing, and I think I cried the entire football game probably just seeing her, and I was just so proud.
There's only so much she can do with her arms. Her smile, her facials, her mouth, her voice is what she gives to the squad. And that's a lot.
Over the next 4 football seasons, Gabby didn't miss a single game. She found friends, and she found her own place in the spotlight.
Go Wildcats! Step it up, boys! Step it up, boys! Friday nights mean everything to me. It means a lot to me. I love you guys. Let's go! Let's do this! Woo!
On November 2nd, 2012, Gabby's senior year, the Wildcats faced the Brentwood Bruins in a knockout playoff game. As the clock wound down, reality set in. It would be Gabby's last game.
I've loved cheerleading. This was a truly very good season with you girls. I know that I will be starting a new chapter of my life, and that makes me so sad. You're not getting rid of me. I love you girls so much. It's kind of scary when you don't know what's next.
It's tougher than I thought it was going to be.
We don't know where she's going to go from here. She wants to cheer in college, so hopefully that'll be another goal that she can conquer.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me do this.
You bet.
Thank you for watching. This is E60 on ESPN.